Welcome everyone. My name is Jenny Bloom and I am the founder of the Office of Appreciative Education here at Florida Atlantic University in lovely Boca Raton, Florida. Again, welcome to everyone. We appreciate you joining us for, we think that this is the 5th or 6th webinar that we have held since the pandemic began, and it has been, I know, a source of, I don't know, it's helped me keep going throughout the last several weeks, and so we're again delighted that you're here with us. So I wanted to mention a couple of things before I hand this over to Tyree. The Office of Appreciative Education has an Appreciative Administration class, and that is going to be held online this summer, and Brian's going to talk about this at the end a little bit more, but the deadline for that is May 28th. And then we're hosting 2 Appreciative Advising live virtual institutes, and the deadline for the one coming up in June is on May 26th. And again, Brian's going to be providing more information about that later. But I want to make my introduction short but sweet because I cannot wait to hear from Tyree Vance. So Tyree was, I first met Tyree at the first Appreciative Advising Institute, and I will never forget our encounter. He was in the audience, I was coming up the aisle, we started to engage in this conversation, and you know how there's just some people in life that you immediately click with. Well, Tyree was one of those people, and for me, and ever since then, he has been such an important part of my life, has been there for me in the good, bad, and the ugly parts of my life, and always showing up to support me. And I know he gives this gift to lots and lots of people. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce to you my friend Tyree Vance. Tyree, thank you for doing this for us today.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you for the hand claps. I see a little hand claps. Thank you, Jenny. It is a pleasure to be here. I'm going to bring my slides up real quick. It's really a pleasure to do this work with you all. I had this conversation with a mentor of mine, and he and I talked about this idea of we are the cups in our lives, and we have cups in our lives that represent who we are. And I began to share that with Jenny, and it's just been a lesson that keeps on giving and keeps on teaching. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right in. This presentation is the Cup of Life: Strategies to Empower and Refuel Your Work. But it also kind of could be to refuel your life, right? Much of our life is work these days, and I don't know about you all, but you can raise your hand, do a little thumbs up symbol in the chat if it seems like during this time, since the pandemic has started, you've been working more seemingly than when you were on your respective campuses. Does that connect with anyone? Yep. Oh, I see the numbers just, yeah, me too. So if we were all together in this, in the same space, I would have us dance. And Jenny knows that about me well. I don't know if you can hear this, but this is one of those songs, and you can move a little bit. Don't worry, I can't see you. This is a song. That song is How Deep Is Your Love? And so I want you to be thinking about how deep is your love when it comes to yourself, because much about this presentation is about you. And so before I really get into the meat and potatoes of today, I just want to say thank you. I want to thank Jenny. Jenny has been, or I'll speak directly to you, Jenny. Jenny, you've been an amazing force in my life, and You've been with me through the roller coasters in life. And one of the things that I'm most grateful for is that you saw something more in me than I saw in myself. When I first met you, you were like, "Oh, you have these talents," and you would talk about the strengths that you saw in me, and gave me positions, gave me opportunities to fill those roles and see myself differently. And so I thank you so much. And to all of the Appreciative Education staff, the faculty of Appreciative Advising, thank you so much. You are more than friends, you are family to me. And thank you all for being on this call, and thank you for the work that you do, because if you know me, one thing that I'm really grateful for is the work that you all do, because your work matters, you matter. Even if you don't have someone that's thanking you, even if you feel sometimes the compensation compared to the hours that you're working, or the time that you put in is not congruent, right? I want to say thank you. Your work matters. You are changing people's lives, and I can say that for sure because I'm a first generation college graduate, and honestly, people like you were the difference makers in not just my life, but the makeup of my family. So the work that you do is really, really meaningful, and I don't say that lightly. So a big, big thank you. And so a little bit about me. I'm the interim coordinator of the African American Student Center at Cal Poly Pomona currently, and I'm an appreciative advising faculty member as well as an educational consultant. And one of my proudest titles is I'm my mom's oldest son. I'm the oldest of 8. And so I do things like this and other things to make sure that I get to continue to honor her and her legacy. So the cup of life, what is this? So a mentor of mine spoke to me years ago. He said, this cup is you, right? Pretty cup, right? You all are pretty cups. Okay, so everything that goes into our cup, we're responsible for. Whether our cup is half full, half empty, or if it's completely full and overflowing, it's up to us. So I just want to make that note very clear. What's in our cup is our responsibility. Think about what you have to do on a day-to-day basis. Everything that's on your plate, you put it there, or you've allowed it to be placed there, right? And so with that being said, a lot of times what happens is, let's say with this cup, a lot of times when we wake up in the morning, we're living our life like this, pouring out to the kids. Oh, emails, got to get that report done. Oh, the dog or the cat and we're pouring out of ourselves, right? And so with that being said, I want to challenge you all to not live your life pouring out to others, because what happens is, should have did it the reverse way. So this is still you. Okay. So you're pouring out, but then how many of you know what this feels like? Let's go ahead and put a thumbs up in the chat. This is called burnout. Day to day, working long hours, burning the candle on both ends, like here, there, everywhere, right? Burnout. And so what this effort is really about is, what are the things that fill your cup? These are the things specifically that make you feel strong. These are the things that make you feel empowered, the things that make you stand erect, that make you project your voice when you speak, those things that make you feel happy. Because it's our responsibility to make us happy. Not our children, not our friends, not our partners, not our bosses, our supervisors. It's us. It is us. And you have the capability to do this because it's a good thing. You've been with you all your life. So, you don't have to figure out someone new. You've been with you. You know the things that you like and you know the things that you don't like and the things that tick you off. So, with that being said, what are some of the things that fill your cup up? I want you to be thinking about that, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. So I hope everybody has like a paper, pencil, or something to write with. Now you could also, have your tech stuff. So if you have your iPad and your, Apple Pencil or whatever it is, but I want you to take notes on anything that like sticks up for you, anything that piques your interest, and we're going to have a Q&A at the end so we can dive into this a little bit more. So we're going to move forward here. Okay, so much of what happens is we can fill our cups up, right? Fill our cups with things like running, yoga, reading, spending time with friends, et cetera, right? And these can be the things that fill us up and make us feel strong. However, sometimes doing things that fill our cup, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't work because what happens is there are holes in our cup. And so, you've had those times where you're like, I'm doing everything and I don't know if you can see that. You can see it's leaking, right? And so what happens is there are things that happen to us. There are traumas that we're carrying around, right? And I know this is a little tough part of the conversation, but it's necessary to address. Because some of these holes in our cups are responsible for the way that we engage in life. They're responsible for the ways that we kind of feel about certain things, whether it's at our job, whether it's in a past relationship, whether that's someone that has passed in our lives. Like, there's a lot of things that affect us. And specifically in the roles that we occupy in higher education, we always are told to do more with less and focus on the students. But what about us? What about us? We have to do a 9 a.m. meeting and we got some wounds that we're carrying around, right? And so for just like, I don't know, I'll give you 60 seconds. Write what holes are in your cup that are preventing you from being full, that you think are preventing you from being full. If you want to share in the chat, you definitely can. If you want to just write on your own, you absolutely can. So I'll give you 60 seconds. Go for it. Let's see. Being overextended, social distancing, racist colleagues, depression, needing acceptance, multiple demands from multiple people. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. Self-doubt, grief, chronic stress, trying to homeschool a child and doing work full-time. I mean, talk about juggling. Rejection, stress, putting myself last, the death of my husband, negative colleagues, overextended, no natural breaks in the day, lack of balance, misunderstandings, no encouragement, family anxiety. Got it. Okay. Thank you for everyone putting in that death of my mom, anxiety, multiple demands, and no time allowed to do them. Balancing work and family life, balancing my sleep schedule. I mean, we can go on. Y'all pressing some buttons for me, you know. But this is very, very important to be aware. And the reason why I do this, not to bring up the trauma, just to bring it up and to stir that up in you, but to call it out. This is the thing that is preventing me from feeling the way that I want to feel, which is whole, which is filled completely. This is preventing me from that. And so, with that being said, one of the things that I'm so appreciative of my appreciative education family is this is what I've learned through them as I had holes in my cup, because right back to back, like the last about 5 years, I just had these great losses. I mean, from my little brother passing away, and then a year and some change later, my mom passed away. That was my best friend. We were like thick as thieves, and after that, Uncle went to jail, and then I was engaged, and we're no longer engaged, and all of these losses, and I'm like, what's going on? And through the Appreciative Advising family, when Jenny and I talked about we are in each other's lives, and not just Jenny, but the whole team, like we do life together. When it goes up, we go up. When it goes down, we go down. But I can always look to my side. I can always pick up the phone, and they're there. And so what happens is, when I'm doing my work and I'm leading while bleeding, what we need is community, an informed community that understands those holes that we have. An informed community that was like, I know what that pain feels like. I know what it feels like. And I'm telling you, I am proof that there's another side to that feeling. I understand it. But it's only when we do it alone. We can do all the yoga, we can do all the running, and when we do it alone, it makes it so harder. We are not meant to do life alone. We're not. And so we need community. So then, when we're in community and we get to point out the blind spots and begin to tend to those wounds, right? Let's talk about it. Let's really go deep in there and really understand the stories that we're making up about the wounds that we have, that we're carrying around. And so what begins to happen when we have an informed community and we do the things that fill us up, we're jogging, doing our yoga, being creative in some way, dancing like no one's looking, when we are presenting at conferences, when we're doing X, Y, and Z, what happens is, check this out, we begin to live life from overflow. And that is what I want to challenge you and invite you all to do, is to live your life from overflow. I mean, really think about that. Think about what that could look like for you, right? Because some of these things that you're experiencing, that you are carrying around, it doesn't define who you are. And I heard someone say once, you have to be careful about what you let define you, because what you let define you will eventually confine you. And so those pains that you're carrying around, you'll feel like you can't be happy because of what you've been trapped in by the definition that you're going by. And this can be something as simple as I'm sad, I'm hurting. That may be your experience, but it's not who you are. And so I want to share a few more things with you. So I want you to I want you all to share a little bit of in the chat. What are some ways that you can engage your community? Ways that you can engage your community that can serve you. Just write that in the chat. What are some ways that you can engage your community that builds that village? Or if some of you have someone in your village, let me know in the chat. Be vulnerable. Yes, absolutely. Having a positive mindset. Rely on family support. And who are those people in your life that you know? Me and one of my mentors, we used to have something called open kimono sessions, where I can say all the ways that I'm hurting. And I can like literally open up my kimono and say, this wound is from this, and this wound makes me feel like this. And we get to shape the narrative. Be proud but humble. Flexibility with others. Taking out my elderly neighbor's trash. Absolutely. Reacting out reaching out to friends, seeking that connection. Making deep connections with others. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is great. Having empathy. My church. It's on fire. Calling those who live alone. Being our most authentic selves. These are all great. These are all great. And so here's the thing. We know what we need to do. So I want to encourage you all to write down, those of you writing your notes, write down something that you're going to do to engage, to make time. This is for you that will fill your cup when it comes to community, when it comes to your village. Because especially during this time, because we're social distancing and we're working a ton in our little, in our little quarantine bunkers. And like, I want to encourage you to reach out in new ways. Some of you all have phones, iPhones, stuff like that, so you can FaceTime, you can use WhatsApp and video chat. There's an app called House Party, where it's a video app and you can connect with your friends on video. You can connect with your family on video. You can play games together. That's really, really great. Yes, Monica, House Party is the best. So these are ways that you can engage, because during this time, and really what I want to transition into is this next portion of our conversation is going to be all about how we use our minds and our psychology, right? How we feel is connected to our psychology. And so I want to give you some couple life rules. So number one, the quality of our lives are directly correlated to the quality of our communication, internal and external. So a lot of you talked about some of the holes that are in your cup. There are people demanding too much of you, too many demands from different places. How do I do work for the homeschool for the kids and also do work? How do I do X, Y, and Z? All of these different demands. And I don't know about y'all, but I see emails. Our email box is just a bunch of everybody else's agendas. And I used to get up and I'm on autopilot and I'm responding to everybody else's agenda before I even brush my teeth. I'm focused on everybody else's things before me, before just my normal biological needs. Now, I'm just want to test to see if anybody else experiences this right now, like I have. So when I say to just, put a thumbs up in the chat, um, even though we are working from home right now, how many of you are still not eating breakfast or eating on time while you're doing your work? Let me see, thumbs up or write in the chat. Let me see. Yes, yeah, same. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I starving? And the kitchen is right there. What is going on? Right? And so I had to make a decision. So every day in the morning, now I have my smoothies. I said, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take care of me. That fills me up and fills me up, right? So it's these little things. It's these little things that sin makes you feel good, and that fills your cup, right? But the quality of our lives are directly correlated to the quality of our communication, internal and external. And so what I mean by that is internally, what are you saying to yourself about yourself? Now, something about your subconscious mind, and I got these rules from Tony Robbins, by the way. But the thing about your subconscious mind, it's like the mind of like a 10-year-old or 6-year-old, somewhere around that age. Basically around the age range where the thinking is still very concrete. You can tell a little kid it's raining cats and dogs outside and they look out the window and they're like, where's the cats and dogs? I don't see any cats and dogs, right? But that's how powerful our subconscious mind is. So whatever you tell it, it will believe. And so I want to presence, like, what are you saying to yourself about yourself? Because that is what you begin to live out. That's what you begin to live out. And so the next piece of this is your communication externally. When you all were in your master's programs, PhD programs, or college, you had to communicate and say, hey, I need to study. I need to do this and I need to do that. Same applies. Whatever is in your life right now, whatever is on your plate, is up to you. And so how are you communicating with those around you? Are you communicating in ways that creates the relationships and the experiences that you want? Because this is what I know for sure. Everything on the outside of us, where we live, our work environment, how people interact with us, all of that is a reflection of us. How we feel about ourselves, how we think about ourselves, all of it. And so this is a moment in Cup of Life. It's all about, it's really connected to how we use our psychology, how we use the things that we're thinking about that will lead us to having a meaningful and a full or overflowing life. This is about the overflowing life. And so that's rule number 1. So rule number 2, nothing in life has meaning aside from the meaning we give it. Nothing in life has meaning aside from the meaning that we give it. Oh, I know this is tough. Because some of us put some heavy things in there. Like I said a little bit earlier, a few family members passed away, and that really shook me to my core. It shook me to my core. However, nothing in life has meaning aside from the meaning I give it. The meaning I give it. Because there were a lot of things that I thought. When I carried for a lot of years, and I don't know, for those of you that know me on this call, I don't know if you know this about me, but I carried around a lot of guilt because of the passing of my mom and my little brother. And I was like, man, I could have did something to save them. Maybe if I was more, maybe if I did this or that, they would still be here. I could have saved them because I know I'm the one in my family, you know. I felt that way. And some of you may have felt that way as well. However, that's part of the meaning that I was making. Like it was my fault. I made it my fault. And that was the meaning that I was making with it. And then, you know, through therapy and through open, being vulnerable, like some of you said in the chat, being open with people that I know have my best interests at heart, they begin to help me deal with my wounds and help me create a new meaning. Create a new meaning to that wound that will help that wound heal. Because not only is healing possible for you all on this call that wrote some things that are still traumatic and you're still carrying, not only healing is possible, but well-being as well. Well-being is possible as well. There is another side to this, if you say so, right? And so the thing with this is you want to remove all judgments from your experiences. Your experiences are events. And this is the rule that I go by. And I know it took a bit to struggle and really think through this, but for those of you writing some notes, write this down. All events are neutral. All events are neutral. They're not good or bad, right or wrong. They're neutral. And so when you start from that space, you get to choose. You get to choose how you want to, what meaning you assign to that event. And so now you can choose how to really be the master of your circumstances versus a slave to your circumstances, if that makes sense. So moving on to number 3, the meaning we associate to something determines how we feel. The meaning we associate to something determines how we feel. And I had an experience. I was leaving a job, right? And I was leaving this job, and I was telling someone that I met, just a stranger, was talking about it. And, you know, sometimes we feel comfortable talking to strangers. We just got to get it out, right? My heart was overflowing. And I said to this young lady, I said, "Oh, I'm leaving my job, and I'm really nervous. I just don't know what's going to happen." And she asked me, she said, "Well, how does it feel?" And I said, she said, no, how does it feel when you're nervous? And I said, well, you know, I got like butterflies in my stomach, and I'm like kind of like, you know, jitters and stuff like that. And she said, okay. How does it feel when you're excited? And I thought about it and not really knowing where she was going with this. And I was like, well, it feels actually similar as I began to describe it. And she said, oh, interesting. So how do you know that you're nervous as opposed to being excited? And that stuck with me. And I really sat with that and thought about the meaning that I associate to something determines how I feel. So when I say I feel nervous, there's a little bit of trepidation in there. But when I say I'm excited, and it feels the same. My experience that I'm having in my body feels the same. So when I say I'm excited, I'm kind of leaning into it. I'm anticipating. You know, when you're watching a good movie, you leaning in, you can't wait to see what's next. When I'm excited about something, I'm like, let's go. You know? And so my feelings about it has my disposition changed, right? And so with that being said, the meaning we associate to something determines how we feel. Okay, so I did something, I added something else to our slides. So those are the fill your cup rules. And now these are ways to fill your cup. So I wanted to give you some things that you can walk away from today. You can use immediately today. And some of these things you're maybe already doing. Some of these things may light some other things up for you that you want to do or you've been wanting to do. But these are some things that you can do right now. And I've broken them all up by the appreciative advising phases. So, and some of them can be used in different phases as well, but these are some things, and you'll have all of these slides. So I invite you to explore some of these ways to fill your cup. So, disarm, ways to fill your cup. Exercise, running, swimming, yoga, etc. A few of our appreciative advising colleagues, we run, and for me, I hurt when I run with Joe Murray, but it's always a great time. And literally, I've done that this morning and got ready, and I exercised and my push-ups and my sit-ups, and that's something that fills me up, right? So, and the thing about disarming, and just shake off everything from yesterday, shake off all of the feelings that that aren't serving you, that doesn't have you at your best. These are ways to do that. I did it as soon as I woke up this morning, and I filled my cup up. I started with my day with filling my cup up. And so exercise, running, swimming, yoga, etc. Breathing exercises. Some folks do tapping, some qigong. That's also something. Meditating, dancing, listening to music, getting a massage. I know right now it's going to be like social distance massage. I'm going to use a rake or something, but anyway, never mind me. Those are ways to fill your cup for the disarm phase. So discover, journal. How do you know what you're thinking or what you're feeling truly if you don't journal? Write it down and just see your thoughts. Be able to see your thoughts and analyze and meditate on certain things. And you might discover some new things. Try something new. That could be anything. That could be anything. I mean, some of us got time, and some of us can make time. Read a book, learn a new skill or language, learn how to play the piano. I've been wanting to play the piano since the 7th grade. Enroll in an online course. Take a different route to work. Just switch it up. Discover new things. Just drive and look around. Let me hop in the chat. Let me see if we have any. Journaling is definitely therapeutic. Awesome. We got some folks learning to cook. Love to sit and watch hummingbirds. Oh, I love hummingbirds. Journal every night for years, and it's a great way to let things go. Absolutely. I mean, if y'all aren't reading these chats, there's some gems being dropped in here. Baking is a new creative outlet with my son and husband. That's great. Painting. Absolutely. These are all great ways to fill your cup. All right. So fill your cup dream phase. Visualization. So before I started today, so I did it last night and this morning, I visualized this webinar going extremely well. Like, when was I going to take breaks? How was I going to engage you all? I visualized how I would stand. I visualized me wearing this shirt and this hat and how I was going to be with you all. That is a powerful tool. and really like visualizing how you want to show up, right? So vision boarding or dream boarding, that's something. What do you see for your life? What do you want to feel in your life? What do you want to experience in your life? Journaling yet again, but specifically um, doing things like writing 3 words to describe how you want to show up in life with the people that are in your life, family, friends, colleagues, uh, and at work. Also writing down goals. What do I want to go for? What is my most courageous goal? What is that thing that scares me? Let's go for that. What are the things that, what is the biggest thing that I can go for that will like make me overflow, that will empower me, that will make me feel closer to the people that I love the most? What are the things that take me from the things that aren't serving me? Going on the design phase, plan your day before you start. So doing things like writing a to-do list before the night before, or as soon as you wake up, planning your day before you start, telling your day where you want it to go. And I know I can hear some of y'all right now. You're like, if you worked where I worked, like it's, you get pulled in a million different ways. There is no day of my own. Like my day is not my own in my job. I get it. But you do have some control there, and and specifically with your priorities, right? There are some things that can be non-negotiable. Like Jenny runs every day. When I say every day. I think she even runs when it's raining outside. She probably like she's committed. This has to happen because I know what it does for me and I know the work that I have to do. So I'm going to make that a priority and it's non-negotiable. Our needs are non-negotiable. Wants, okay, I can flex with you, but needs are non-negotiable. So what are those needs that you can write down in your day to make sure you're getting your needs met on a daily basis? What are those needs? And what are those priorities, right? And so a lot of times, a lot of us probably on this call are really good at prioritizing our schedule. Okay, I need to do this, and I need to send this email out, and I need to do this report. Ooh, Excel sheets. Let me do that and do this, right? And we can put them in order and things we need to do in between our meetings and all that. But what I'm asking you all to consider, what I'm inviting you to do, is to schedule your priorities. Don't just prioritize your schedule. I want you to schedule your priorities. So I need to make that call to my grandmother. I need to do that jog, that walk. I need to read a chapter today. These are the things that will happen no matter what. This is you taking it. You're taking the things that you need for you. Plan how to accomplish your goals with deadlines. How are you going to accomplish those courageous goals that you set? And there's something I got from Brendan Burchard. He is a motivational speaker and success coach. He has something called door triggers. And this is simply you set in one of the doorways in your house. Every time you pass that door, you repeat like 3 words of intention. So I am a powerful, courageous, loving man. Boom, that's my trigger. Or so when you want to do this in a work setting, you said, I am connected, I am innovative and creative. Just as an example, you're going in and you're setting intention when you walk through that door. So you assign this door as a trigger, and you think those things, you say those things. And ways to do that, you can also set those triggers or those words of intention in your phone to go off like you have meetings. Just set them off and boom, I am a courageous, strong, loving man. Boom. Reminder. And let it sink in. And really let it sink in. All right. The deliver phase. Practice positive self-talk. This is really powerful, and also reparenting yourself. That's another concept that I've done in transformation work. And positive self-talk is like, you know, we talk to everyone else on the majority of the time with respect and speak to them positively. We do it with our students, certainly. We just don't forget about us. Don't forget about you, right? So practice positive self-talk, and reparenting is really like going back to some of those old narratives and really like speak to the little child in us. And that can be a whole separate webinar, but definitely practice positive self-talk and reparenting yourself. Do something creative, whether that's some of you paint, some of you draw, some of you dance, anything creative that fills you up. Take a random day off or a staycation. Just travel around. You can do all kinds of things. Take a random day off for you. Honor your emotions. It's really huge. Honor your emotions. I have a rule for myself that when it comes to emotions or feelings, whatever comes up comes out. I no longer hold it in. So whatever comes up emotionally, it has to come out. It has to come out. Now, not to everyone. You know, I'm not saying like it comes out, you're angry and you're like, I'm gonna bite your head off. Not saying that. However, you know the people that are in your life, you know the community that you have that is for you. So I want you to honor those emotions. When it comes up, make sure it comes out and lands with someone. You can process it with someone, or you can journal and write it out and just get it out. Like someone said in the chat, it's a great way to let things go. Lastly, act with the intention to add value to others. That's also very powerful. And lastly, don't settle. Celebrate. Celebrate. I know sometimes we go from success to success and glory to glory, but I'm asking you to celebrate even the little wins. And I put little here because really it's not little. These are things that can empower us. And so celebrate even the little things, all things. You know, simple things that you all are here. Reason to celebrate. You know, you finished that long project. Celebrate, right? Celebrate yourself. You're worth celebrating. You're worth celebrating. And a great thing is reflecting, really reflecting. So after I'm done here, I'm going to reflect on today. What did I learn? Who did I meet? What moved me in this time, in our time together? And did I achieve my goal? So these are some things, ways to reflect and write some things out. And so everyone's seen an apple before. And to switch the analogy from a cup to an apple for a little bit, I know we speak to students and our lives are different from our students. You know, we treat them like, oh, you have so much ahead of you, but there's more time ahead of you as well. And so I look at you similar to the way I look at this apple. In the core, in the innermost core of the apple is the most important part. Why? Glad you asked. Because in the inside of an apple, it is the seed. It's the seed. And what do we know about the seeds? Because everything that I've given you, all the little nuggets and things that pieces of information that I've given you up to this point are for the seeds. I planted seeds of possibility in all of you today with hopes that you will see in yourself that inside of you lies an apple orchard. Inside of every apple lies this. And it's the same for you all. And so, no matter what has happened to you in the past, no matter what is hurting you right now, I want you to know that there's more possibilities. There's more. There is abundance. There is an other side of the experiences that you're living out right now. And I wanted to make sure that you all know that what you do matters, your life matters, and you're worth being celebrated. So please know that there is definitely greater later if you say so. So with that, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate your time and attention. Here's my information. Let's stay in touch. And with that, we can move on to some Q&A, and I'm going to hand it off to Brian.
Thank you so much, Tyree. I don't know about everyone else on the call, but I can tell you that this call has really helped me fill my cup. So we've received a lot of positive feedback in the chat, as well as some amazing questions, and we want to make sure we're conscious of time. So I'm going to be able to ask one question, and then I have a couple of slides that I want to go through as well. So Tyree, how do you find a community where you feel safe to share?
So one, for me, one of the ways that I found a community that's safe for me to share is really like being clear about my values, what's important to me. Mm-hmm. If I can find someone else that shares those values, then that's someone that I can do life with. And there's something about intuition. You know, I know a lot of the women on the call know what that intuition is, but men have it as well. But you follow that intuition. When you just have that yes inside, you just know what's right for you. We always know.
Awesome. Thank you, Tyree. And then as we wrap up, I want to make sure we cover a couple of the Office of Appreciative Education's upcoming things. So if you could see it, oh gosh, on your screen. Yes, so we have another webinar. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And please save the date, May 27th, to join us for our last webinar in May entitled How to Become a Mental Health First Aid Ally and a More Holistic Advisor in the Process. Registration for this will open up on May 25th, so that prior Monday, and we will send out an email as well as to our list serving so you can stay in touch and see everything that's coming up. Next, so although we cannot meet in Boca this year, we will meet virtually. We love to have you and your colleagues join us for our 2020 the live virtual Appreciative Advising Institute. There are two options. We have one in June and one in July. They're both 4 days, and registration for the June 22nd to the 25th virtual Appreciative Advising Institute closes on May 6th. So that date is coming up again. That closes on May 6th. As well, we do have online courses. So one of our courses that we have currently open right now is our Appreciative Administration online course. We offer it this summer. It is a 6-week course, and there's no better time to hone your appreciative administration skills than now by registering for this option, right? Registration closes on May 28th, and more info can be found on our website at www.fau.edu /OAE. And we will post that in the chat box as well. Next up, we have our Appreciative Advising Certificate. So we also, so become a certified Appreciative Advisor. Go to our website and find out a ton more information about the process of becoming a certified Appreciative Advisor, or email us at oae@fau.edu, and we will put that email as well in the chat. And then if you would like to learn more about the Appreciative Education, there are a number of published books and articles available at your convenience. We also encourage you to read and submit your own research for innovative practices to the Journal of Appreciative Education. So if you're working on things that tie into appreciative education, that appreciative inquiry of students and your fellow peers, make sure you go ahead and submit it, and you can get published. As well, make sure you follow us on social media. So on your screen, you should see our Twitter, our Facebook, as well as our LinkedIn. If you follow us, you'll be able to stay up to date with everything that we have currently going on and all of our offerings, as well as I mentioned that registration link that we'll be sending out May 25th, so that Monday for our last webinar. If you follow us, you'll be first in the loop to make sure you get that follow-up. And then when you registered, you may have checked the box to be added to our listserv. We will add you if you said yes, and that way you can continue to stay up to date. And then with that, I want to make sure I pass it over to Jenny, give her any last words, thoughts of wisdom. If you want to include any of that, Jenny, would you please?
Yeah, thank you, Tyree. Wow, that was powerful as always. You are such an inspiration to not only to me, but to lots and lots of people. And I personally want to thank you for just always being there for me. And your love makes all the difference. So anyway, with that, we, Tyree and I and the entire Office of Appreciative Education, we want to say thank you to you all. Please stay safe. If you have any questions, let us know. We will be sending out the recording of the webinar, Tyree's slides, some additional materials for you, and be on the lookout for information about our upcoming webinar that will be at the end of the month. And until then, do continue to do great work, and thank you for all that you do for your students. So best wishes. Take care. Bye-bye.